Oh, hey, guitar friend. My name's Tim Fagan. I'm based in Nashville. I'm a professional guitarist. I write songs, and now I'm here hanging out with you. Today, we're looking at the movable dominant seventh sound of Nashville cats like Guthrie, Trapp, and Bukovac. Once you get the hang of it, you can nail this major blues sound in all keys. It's a breeze. I'll show you how you can move it to any dominant seventh chord on the fly. Super awesome for playing the changes in a blues. And we'll use it over a simple 2-chord vamp. You'll get to hear it in action, so grab your guitar and join me on this guided guitar workout. By the way, this is a clip from one of my amazing Saturday live streams. Be sure to like and subscribe. You'll get notified. Now let's do it. When it comes to dominant seven is that long fancy name for like the 7 chord. So when it's just D7 on a chord chart, by now I think you know that means it's that one. If it says D major 7, it's the smooth, pretty one. So when it's the just D7 or C7, it's talking about that flat 7. That's that degree. That's that chord tone that makes it what it is. So we've got 1, 3, 5. That flat 7 makes it a dominant 7. That is a whole sound, right? I refer to that often as the major blues because it's got a major third. So if we're in D, it's got a major third. So that's that major third tonality with a flat 7. You could think of it just as that in general, as being like, oh, it's kind of like a major key, the major key of D, but instead of playing that major 7, that very pretty, like, don't play that, play this instead. Just swap it out. Just toggle that major 7 down to the flat 7, which is just deflating it by 1 fret. So in the key of D, that would give us a C, a regular C natural, not a C sharp, regular C natural. So you can kind of rock and roll with just that adjustment, right? Everything else about that D major scale is the same other than that flat 7, okay? And something I'll just touch on here and then we'll get into the bends is that it seems to me that, especially from watching Tom and Guthrie jam and sort of like vibe off of each other with these songs they've written, there's a lot of passages or entire songs where it's composed of just 7 chords, dominant 7 chords, and they're kind of moving from 7 chord to 7 chord, and over each one of those, like every time they change to a new 7 chord, it's like a little microcosm where they can just play dominant 7 licks that match that chord that they're on. And now this might not always work for every chord progression or every style of chord progression, and it's by no means to say that's the only way to play over these, but it's a very good reminder that if you have real comfort with playing that dominant 7 sound over, if I call out a letter name and I say, all right, G, and you just know that we're going to be playing a G7, and you're ready to play various go-to licks and tricks and triads and things that match that sound, and then I say, all right, B flat, you could take that exact same pattern and just move it to the correct spot on the neck. So please heed my advice. Like when you learn something in one spot, take it around the block. You got to move it around. You got to kick the tires. You got to move it to different keys to make sure that if someone suddenly says F instead of everything always being an A, you're like, I don't play F. It has nothing to do with F. It just has to do with like, do you spend enough time setting up shop with that like area down here on the 1st fret or whatever it might be, so that you're kind of, you bring all your toys with you. You pack up and then you go throw down your anchor. That's the idea. So with this little vamp going back and forth between a D and a C, they're only a whole step apart on the fretboard. And I want you for a little bit now, we're going to jam a little bit more, take one thing, one idea, and play it in D as if you're in the key of D. And then when it goes to a C7, play it as if you're in the key of C. Just treating that as like a movable, bag of tricks. I think we've covered that. Okay, so if you're at a loss for what you might do, here's a couple of ideas. I'm going to treat this like we're sort of basing our shapes and our moves off of this kind of D7 shape. We've got this and this is when people wonder, well, what about major and minor pentatonic? This is where the bluesy aspect of it is like your friend, meaning I'm kind of seeing that D minor pentatonic shape hovering around, but I'm emphasizing this major third. That's an exception to the but by all means, I can totally hit that note also. So this is where you got to just sort of follow your ear and be like, okay, I'm in D. It's blues, so the whole minor pentatonic is going to work, but also, so I might do some kind of lick like that. I might play like a little piece of a D7 chord, like a triad. Might work on a bend, but what I'm going to ask you to do now as we dive into it is like take one of those moves, just choose one. Don't leave it up to chance when the chord changes. Once you choose your lick, then when it goes to C, play that exact same thing. Do a copycat of that move. Don't try to think it up on the fly for right now. You can do that later on once you get more fluid with this. The game is taking that exact same move, moving it somewhere else, and hitting it right on the first try, not fishing around for it and letting the jam track just hold the fort for you for 5 minutes. You know, I'm going to be spicy about that. We got to be ready when it's time to be ready. Are you ready? Let's go. So that's our progression, right? Get your lick ready. Let's do it here on D. Cool, right? Nifty, yeah? By the way, if you're digging this and you just want to cut to the chase and be like, what's this guy all about? Can I get the spiel? Can I please get the sales pitch? You've got to go to guitarworkoutoftheday.com. My name is Guitar Friend Tim. My name is Tim Fagan. Guitarfriendtim.com is currently up, but it's a little bit under construction. Here's the reason why. Guitar Workout of the Day has turned out to be like the thing, the hook. And I got that website, that URL, maybe 6 months ago, and I've put my eggs more into that basket because that's what we do. 5 days a week, you get a ton of live workouts each week. We do 4 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just like this, sort of YouTube style, unlisted typically. So this is public and open, free to the public to join us. A little like sort of like samples at Costco on a Saturday energy. And then we do a Zoom hang on Fridays, and it's been great. We're approaching episode 200. This is like 196, I believe. I think that number is correct. And so there's this enormous, wonderful archive of workouts like this, and they're usually more compact. We get out. The whole idea is that it's momentum. Guitar friend, I want you to finally be able to answer the question, what if I really went for it, gave it my all, and made a real go of mastering the guitar? Maybe it's time to stop tiptoeing around the subject. Pick your coach and sink your teeth into the fun, hard work that will eventually pay off massively. It's actually easier than you think, but you gotta get started. So start your free trial now. Your first 2 weeks are on me. Join our live workouts, courses, and community challenges. Because I want you to try everything, see if it's right for you, and only pay and stay if you really love it. I think you will.